Hey there, Blazer fans, and welcome to episode 58 of The Dragon's Den, a podcast for those who bleed green and gold. Today I have two legends from the UAB men's basketball program that performed what I think is the most underrated moment in NCAA tournament history and created many more special moments along the way. Cover your ears, Kentucky fans. It's your worst nightmare. I'm talking to Mr. Donell and Ronell Taylor. I covered a lot of great topics with the Taylor twins, so let's go ahead and jump into the episode. Thanks for listening. All right, Blazer fans, I've got my guests here for episode 58. That's right, you heard guests, not just one guy tonight. I've got two. Two guards from the UAB men's basketball program from 2003 to 2005, Mr. Donell Taylor and Mr. Ronell Taylor. Guys, how are y'all doing tonight?
Doing
All
good,
right.
doing good. Thanks for having us.
Well, it's definitely a thrill to have both of you guys on. I got to talking with you guys a little bit before the episode. We got a lot of kind of connections here. I'm from Montgomery as well. I was a ball boy during your era, so I grew up watching you guys, and it's definitely exciting to have you on. I know you guys have got a lot of great stories, and I can't wait to dive in.
Hope we remember these stories.
Agree.
Well, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. You guys are from Montgomery. When did you guys start playing basketball? And did y'all play in other sports as well, or was it mainly just basketball? Or kind of paint the picture here.
We started playing when we were 8, but we literally played everything: baseball, basketball, football, soccer, track. You name it, we did it. And basketball just kind of stuck later on once we got a little bit more developed, but we literally played everything. You name it, we did it.
But to piggyback off that also, our first love was actually baseball.
Okay.
We were playing baseball first. I started baseball when we were like four years old. Then like you said, once we got to 8 years old, we got into basketball. We were goofy, terrible. We were tall, skinny, goofy. And actually the older guys made us play basketball. And that threw something inside of us, our pride kicked in, guys talking smash, getting kicked around. And so, then we always had somebody that we can lean on to get better on. Hey, let's go work on our game. So that helped us out a lot also.
Well, you guys went to Sidney Lanier High School. While you were there, you led the Poets to a state championship in 2001. What was it like winning a state championship?
That's a story in its own. But I will say this, we was on a mission.
Mhm.
I'll say that. We was on a mission. We was undersized. A lot of folks counted us out, saying that we weren't going to win nothing because a major member had left. So, our pride kicked in, and it wasn't just me and my brother. It was everybody on the team. All those guys been playing together since we was in the 7th grade.
Wow.
So we came together as one and made a bet like we're gonna give it our all this year. We're gonna be no complaining. We're just gonna play ball. When we're talking to someone, we're not gonna hold a grudge. Just constructive criticism, and everybody's gonna hold everybody accountable. And it took that approach from the first guy all the way down to the 13th guy on the bench. So anybody can say something to anybody, and if there's someone sees something or someone is not doing something right, hold that person accountable, and we'll go from there. We had a great coach that let us all play our game, and he helped out a lot.
I'll piggyback off what he said. It was like he said, it was a good collective team effort. And the feeling was great because like he said, it was personal for us.
Mhm.
Literally the whole season was personal for us. So it was great to, put our mission out there on the table and go out there and conquer that. It was a great feeling, not just for us, but it was more so for me and my brother, but also for the guys. But me and my brother had a little bit more personal reasons for it, and that thrilled our fight. But it was great, just to prove everybody wrong that thought differently. So it was a great feeling.
Nice. Well, you guys went to Okaloosa-Walton Community College, now Northwest Florida State College, and did very well there. Uh, what went into the decision to go the junior college route, and how do you think that helped your development as players and as people?
The decision went into it, just like anything else. We were, in school. We had the grades, but you have the grades, but you didn't have the grades. So we had some schools that we could have went to for college, but we felt like junior college was the best route for us because you got to go out there, you got to work extra hard, you got to give it your all every night out there because everybody's trying to get to that D1 spot. So it shaped us, molded us. Bruce Stewart at the time, the head coach down there, he was great for us. You know what I'm saying? He held us accountable. He held put us in battles from the time we signed on that dotted line to the time we left. He just put battles on us, battles on us from the whole time, and it shaped us to get ready for UAB when UAB came knocking.
He did, and like he said, put the battle on us, but also he challenged us. Also, like our Coach Bruce Stewart, one of the best coaches I ever had, and he challenged me and Ronell more so than anybody because he's seen something in us that we had a little bit of extra fire and desire about us. And like I said, just like we will hold each other accountable, we also will hold our teammates accountable also. But our coach also, he liked the little feistiness with his players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He want guys that he feel go through a brick wall for him. And his style of play actually matched our style of play, got out and ran a little bit. So that helped us, but it also helped us transition to okay, when it's time to run the play, it's all about timing and spacing and so just little things, nicks and knacks of the game and on defensively to use our instinct at the right moment to try to make a play on the ball or to help your teammate. So he just challenged us in a lot of different ways, but also most importantly, also challenged us in the classroom also because he knew if we didn't do our work in classroom, we wasn't going to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And I would say also for us going into junior college, we knew everybody in junior college were the men on their former high school team also.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, that alone put a fire in us and let us know that, okay, we're going to this school. So if we're picking this school, we got to feel like we're going to play major minutes or we got to go take somebody's spot to try to go to play. So, it's always little things like that when you're picking your schools. But Coach Stewart was the right fit for us. He came down to Lanier and watched us play a lot. And when he wasn't there, he had his assistant coach coming. So that played a major part in us selecting Northwest Florida, formerly known as Okaloosa-Walton Community College.
Yeah. Well, Mike Anderson called you guys a dynamic duo when he recruited you to UAB. What schools outside of UAB were coming after you, and what ultimately convinced you that Birmingham was the right place to be?
Well, to be honest, we had a lot of schools, but a lot of schools wanted us to go separate. We had always told ourselves, well, we're going to finish our college career together. That was one of our biggest things. And I think our last two choices really were UAB and Louisiana Lafayette, I think, Ronell?
Louisiana Tech. Yeah, Louisiana Tech.
La Tech. And I made all the choices going into junior high school, and junior college, what school we were going to go to. So I told myself, Ronell wanted me to make, I'm not going to make this decision. I'm going to put it all on Ronell, and I'm going to go wherever school he wanted to go to because both teams were a good fit for us. But I let him make the decision. So I'm going to let him tell you why we chose UAB.
I ain't put me on the spot like that. No, we ultimately chose UAB because it was close to home for one. But another reason, all our family could travel 2 hours opposed to 5.5 hours to get to us. So, and we're big family guys. So it's right down the road to jump in the car. They come see us as much as they want to. We can jump in the car and go see them. And our grandmother was sick at the time also. So we wanted to be somewhere close just in case anything happened. We can shoot home and shoot back to school and be good. You know what I'm saying? With no worries. But it was the best decision for us because, like I say, Coach Anderson, they came down to Okaloosa-Walton to visit us all the time. Him and the coaching staff, they called all the time. They text. They talked to Coach Stewart. They talked to the other assistant coaches. They called. So it just felt right. We liked the style of play that Coach Anderson had at the time. Coming from Arkansas, coaching and studying up under Coach Norton Richard, so we knew they were going to be up and down type of team, and that's how we like to play. And so it was the best fit for us, and we think we made the right choice by going to UAB.
Well, you segue into my next question very well because I was going to ask you, what were your first impressions of Coach Mike Anderson and his fast-paced style of offense? And of course that high-pressure defense. How long, did it take long to adjust, or did you guys feel like you fit right into it?
No, it didn't take long at all because like I said, we always grew up playing fast and trying to get out and run. Our biggest thing at that time before was as growing up, we want to get out and packing the backboard was the thing to do back then. Early when we was playing, pack the backboard, have your hands fire red. So we'd get out and run, try to pack the backboard. Then once we got into dunking, it was a totally different level, So
Mhm.
we're always playing, trying to put on a show and with our little, I guess you would say twin telepathy, we knew where each other was going to be, even if we didn't know where each other was going to be. So that played a major part in it. Coach Anderson he genuinely let us play.
Mhm.
He wanted whoever was on that floor, I want you to give me your all. When you're tired, raise your hand, come on out. But as long as you're out there good, giving your all, you're good to go. And it blended well with us because we played offense, but we also was going to get down and get dirty on defense. Try not to let our man score. We took pride in that also, so it helped.
Yeah, no, he said it perfectly, man. Like I say, coming in, like you said, offense style fit us, defensively it fit us as well because, like you said, we like to get out and score, put pressure on guys, and block shots and steals. That leads the offense. So it's an exciting brand of basketball, and we knew that coming in, and it kind of just fit like a glove
Yeah.
when us stepping on campus from the first day we got there. So that little open gym run, so it was great.
Now, I will say this: a lot of people, coaching staff said Coach Anderson was trying to split me and my brother up a lot because they said we would always look for each other. But it was just one of those things, man. Hey, I know I can trust him. I'm in a
Yeah.
bad squeeze. I know I can get him the ball, and he's going to come to me. But and also I think more so also when we got in the game together, the energy and the pace of the game picked up also because we're both using our length, we're using our strength, we're wiry, strong, and athletic at the same time. So
Mhm.
we will use that to our advantage also. So once I get the ball and he get the ball, we're taking off.
Mhm.
We've been doing our whole life, so it's just second nature. It ain't nothing that was practice. Just we know what the other one's going to be, and it works in our favor a lot.
Well, that first year at UAB, the team played some really big non-conference games against Mississippi State and LSU. Played pretty well in a very competitive Conference USA, including a win over number 17 Cincinnati that season. And you did just enough to earn a 9 seed in the NCAA tournament. First game was against 8 seed Washington, led by Nate Robinson and Brandon Roy. Both teams lit up the scoreboard, and UAB won 102 to 100. What do you guys remember about that game?
Yeah, that like you just said, that Washington game was just fun because both teams like to get out and run,
Mm.
and they had a lot of firepower, whatever, but we did also. But our firepower on our team was just more underrated because no one expected Lil UAB to come and do the things that we did. We had solid guards and from
Mhm.
Squeaky to Mo to Vet, myself. At that time, I was playing point guard, and Ronell's coming off the bench as our sixth man, and then Tony Touch. So what I'm saying, all those guys, Mario. So we had firepower, we had length, we had size with Big Dog, with Big Gabe, and Big Cuzzo, Big Marcus. So we blended well. The captain sitting the ball, he was our glue guy.
Mm.
Sid was not out there trying to search shot, but Sid would take the charge, knock down a big shot for us. Play. Sid's only 6'7", but he's guarding guys doggone 7 feet nearly,
Mm.
holding his own. So it was one of those things where everybody had their back. We believed in each other, and we just played ball. It wasn't no jealousy.
It was great. Like Donell said, it's just a fast-paced, up and down game, a lot of scoring. Didn't seem like it was a lot of defense being played, but it actually was. Guys were just hitting shots. It was one of those nights where you had to slug it out. You had to bring it, and
Mm.
we came out on top. So that's all we can ask for. But it really was a defensive game. It don't seem like it.
Well, second game, everybody remembers it. You go up against number one overall seed Kentucky. What do you guys remember about the lead up to that game? Were there a lot of nerves, or did you guys just try to treat it as another game?
Oh, that's all it is. That's all it ever is. It's just another game. Of course, you get a little antsy, but another game. Our motto is can't speak for other guys. They put their pants on just like we put ours on. Except I put mine on different sometimes. Sometimes I put both legs in at the same time and put them on. Nah, but it's just another game. Of course, you get a little antsy because you're ready to play, so hyped up and ready to go. But once you get out there, those butterflies goes away. It's just who wants it more.
Yeah. Donnell?
And they, like I said, just as much as we messed up with Washington, we messed up just as evenly with Kentucky. So we knew it was going to be a brutal game, and it was going to be a game of runs.
Mhm.
And that was one thing Coach A had us focus on. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Just focus on playing your game. It's going to be a game of runs, and which it was, because they had a lot of firepower over there also. So we knew we stay in the game, do what we're supposed to do. We got a chance, just as we've been doing all year long. We just stayed the course. Just stayed the course. Now, of course, we know they were number one team in the country and number one seed, so it was going to be a hurdle. But we all believed that we could beat it, and it was possible to beat those guys, and we did. It was a hard fought game on both ends. I mean, from both teams.
Yeah. Well, in the second half, UAB's up 9, and I'll take it to the grave, man. I still think this is the most underrated play in the history of the NCAA tournament. Kentucky's in a 2-on-1 fast break. Ronell, you somehow picked off the pass between these two guys, and you know, all in one motion, you land your feet and you throw a pass over your head, and you find Donnell on the other end of the court. So, guys, this is your one chance to give a definitive answer. I know you probably answered this question a lot of times, but officially, Ronell, did you know where Donnell was on the other side of the court, or was it just that twin telepathy? Is this something you guys practiced? What's your answer?
Nah, you can't practice that. That just happened in the heat of the moment. Like you said, we've been playing together for so long. It's just a natural habit. You can't. We probably couldn't make that up and go out there and do it again if we tried to in his word. It just happened. It's one of those moments that just happens, and it worked out for us. It worked out great for us. I didn't get a turnover. He got 2 points, and we got to keep the basketball momentum going in our way, because that was a big shift. That could have been a big shift in the game for us, where they were starting to make a little run.
Mm-hmm.
So that I believe that helped us a lot to keep that cool. And I had no idea he was back there. It was just happened. And, spur of the moment just happened. I didn't even realize I turned around and threw the ball in the air. Like I said, it just happened.
Nice.
And luckily, it was one of my teammates, let alone my twin brother, to get play even more special.
That's right. Hey, look here. All I was thinking about, man, do not miss this dunk. If you actually watch the video, I turned around, I was gasping for air, the ball, and I turned back around, the ball landed right in my doggone head. I'm like, man, make this dunk. I know for a fact I normally jump higher than what I jumped in, but it was like you said, it was a huge momentum shift. The fans got into it. Nobody in the arena expected to play like that. And like you said, I think it's one of the most underrated players. Also, we should have got nominated for an ESPY that year, but that's neither here nor there. But but the crazy thing about that is, man, I still get asked about that. I know I get asked about that at least once a year, every year, and I come to Birmingham pretty often, sometime, and just walk around, and it amazes me how people still remember my face. Like, man, you one of them twins, ain't it? I'm like, man, this is what 20-some years later. I got a bald head now, and you still remember my face. So it's a good feeling. Let us know that we left the school with I guess good praise and in folks' eyes, that we did do things the right way. We were approachable, saying nice, genuine guys. Yeah. So that plays a major part in it. So it's crazy that folks still remember that play.
I'll never forget it. I know I won't. Well, guys, Mo hit the game-winning shot. UAB held on to beat Kentucky and advanced to the Sweet 16. What was that feeling like? Beating the number one team. Killing the Cats, as the newspaper said. What was it like going to Sweet 16 with that team?
It was a great feeling. Because like we said, a lot of people didn't expect us to make it that far. A lot of people expected us to lose the first game of the tournament. But we kept, like you said, we kept proving people wrong. We knew what we were capable of. The guys knew what we were capable of. The coaching staff knew what we were capable of. As long as those guys in that room, in that locker room, believe, that's all you need. We know the fans believe, but like I say, as long as the guys, the coaching staff, and the guys on the team out there going out there and play, believe, anything can happen, and that's what happened. It's a great feeling. We got a chance to advance to the Sweet 16, somewhere UAB hasn't been in a long time before we got there. So it was a great feeling. But we had to get over it and get ready for the next game. Unfortunately, we lost, but that Sweet 16 run was magical for everybody involved.
For sure.
He said it perfectly. Ain't nothing you could think of. Like I said, it was a magical night for us. Like I said, because we know we overcome a giant hurdle and did the unthinkable. Because we sort of figured that everybody was kind of out. Even you could folks say they don't watch TV and stuff like that, but the reports were that Kentucky was going to beat UAB. So even that said, we had a little chip on our shoulder. And we believed in ourselves, and everybody in the locker room and the coaching staff believed in us also. So we just went out there with that confidence, playing that that if we play the game the right way, play defense, get gritty and grimy, and get up and down that court, we can do what we do. And I always say it was what was Coach Anderson saying for it? Organized chaos. It was organized chaos. It looked like we were just playing up and down, just running wild, but it was organized. Everybody had a specific thing we need to do, and we run to your spot on defense, pointing and talking, and so it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was a lot of work, but it was fun.
Well, you guys had a very similar season to your junior year and your senior year. You had a pretty good regular season. In the Conference USA tournament, you got revenge on DePaul, who knocked you guys out the previous year when DeMario hit a corner three-pointer to beat the Blue Demons. You fell to number 6 Louisville, but you still made the NCAA tournament, and you had a first-round battle with LSU, who was led by Brandon Bass and Glenn Big Baby Davis. What do you remember about that game?
I don't Ronell, was it your point guard on that team too, Ronell?
Yeah, my guy Darren Mitch, he was on that squad also. That's why right on that. But for me, it was I was coming back from a broken foot, so I played, but I didn't play a lot because I really wasn't supposed to play. But it was like I say, it was my my senior year. I wanted to play. I wanted to go out with a bang. I wanted to go out there on the court and fight with my guys, and especially my twin brother, knowing that would possibly be our last time ever playing organized basketball again. So it was great. It was, like I said, it was great for me. It was great joy, but it was great more so for me. Like I said, come back and play with the injury being out so long and finishing out on my terms.
Oh, man, I loved it. It was just like I said at that time. I think they were LSU was a bigger team than us, so we had to fight and scrap for to win that game. It's just, I know it would sound repetitive, but we just believe. Everybody play for everybody. Like I said, there wasn't no selfishness stuff out there on that court, man. If Mario scored 20 points, everybody was happy for him. And Squeaky's getting all the praise because he's down on the ground and doing all the little things. Hey, more power. That's what we need. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Everybody's cheering on everybody, and it was a brotherhood in that locker room. And the coaching staff were the father figures. So say like I said, everybody got on to everybody, but everybody praised everybody else. So I truly believe that it wasn't any jealousy on that team whatsoever, and that hey played a big part in us all year long being the team that we were. Lean nation in steals, defensive percentage, and all those little knick-knack things that goes overlooked. But you go back and look over, man, it played a major part throughout the year.
Yeah, for sure. And to your point about selfishness and everything, like, I mean, it was huge. I mean, it was definitely the biggest part of it for the team. And it's hard, and especially in today's game, it's so hard to not play, selfish ball, because, like, you got these guys that are, getting all these NIL packages, and, it seems to be a lot more of like a one man show, and it's, that's unfortunate, but, like, back then it truly felt like it was a team effort. And I guess that leads into my next question, because you guys have mentioned some of the guys that you played alongside, and I mean, you played along some truly iconic players. You've already mentioned Squeaky, Mo, Frank Holmes, Gabe Kennedy, Mario McDonald, Demario Evans, all these guys. Like, sorry for anybody I didn't mention just now, but I could have gone on and on.
So, like, you got Richard Jones, you got Brandon
Yep.
Myers, you got Lee Cobb, you got
Yep.
David Boone. Like, we played with some guys. We played with dogs.
Yeah, you did.
Everybody played a major part
Mm-hmm.
on that team, and in some point or another, in a big game or in a game.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it wasn't no ego, because everybody had their turn. And the best thing about our team at that time, I think nobody played over like 20, 22 minutes a game. So everybody's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, once you're out there, you give it your all. Hey, what more can you ask for?
Well, what were some of y'all's favorite memories, from practices or off the court, around Birmingham on campus?
Practice-wise, I hated practice. Practice was brutal. You thought we was at a track meet. But I think the most thing I remember about our practices, man, like you said, we had this thing where we're playing the 3-minute implements. And you would think that 3 minutes is nothing, but the way we ran and trapped and did stuff defensively, a minute and a half, you're dead tired. So, and that played a key part into the game, where teams would also say, man, it feels like we're playing against 7 people instead of 5.
Yeah.
Everybody was on one stream. And that's what I take out of practice. Like, offensively, we knew what guys do, but defensively, man, we were on it in defense. Then after practice, another thing that I like, and this here goes to Coach Anderson, man. He would get out there and shoot jump shot with us after practice. And I told him when we had our little 20th anniversary, I said, man, the one thing that I do now with my players that I coach, go to the top of the key at 3-point line and we shoot off the backboard. They're like, Coach, it's impossible. I said, no, it's not. I said, man, my college coach used to make us do this every day after practice and have fun with it. Start at the free throw line, then we'll go back to the 3-point line, shoot off the glass. And all it does is teach you how to get your shot up and have a soft touch. But guys think it's so hard, but once you do it enough, they're like, Coach, this is easy, man.
Yeah.
Again, in the game, they see why I had them doing it.
No, he said it all. He talked about practice. I'm gonna talk about off the court after practice stuff. It was great. Go to the dining hall, grab food. We did a lot of team activities without coaches saying, like, Squeaky would throw parties. We can say it now. We old enough. We would throw parties. Everybody would go to the party, go show our faces, stuff like that. We'd go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? Just hang around the dining hall, all kind of little events. But it was great, man. Like I say, everybody got along. Everybody would be in everybody's dorm room and stuff like that on each level of the hallway. So it was great, man. Like you said, it was a family. Like you said, we was the boys, and the coaching staff were the father figures. But it was great, man. Great time, great memories. A lot of stuff we can't say on here that we did, but it's great times.
Hey, there's no secrets out here. Come on, guys. Well, one of the traditions you guys had at UAB involved your socks. And Donell, you were number 1, and you wore both socks high. And Ronell, you were number 2, and you wore one sock high and the other low. When did that start?
That started in junior college. We did it as an honor for each other. Like, one, so I mean, he was number 1, so I wore one sock. I was number 2, so he wore 2 socks. But it was just a honor thing for us. For us, wasn't no fashion statement like that. It was just an honor, like I said, honor thing for us. To feel even more close out there on the basketball court, if that could be be possible. You know,
Nice.
people thought at first people thought it was just a fast thing, but it really is nothing behind it. It was just a tribute to my twin.
Nice.
They let me know that he loved me. I felt all good inside. But nah, yeah, it was like you said, man. It was a tribute to each other. You know, we took pride in that. We played for each other, and we played for our teammate also. But we knew we were out there on purpose. We was trying to win, and when we played knowing that we were trying to get to the next level, and that was professionally. So you know, we had a purpose, and like I said, I always had someone I can lean on when I felt like I was doing bad and or not playing up the par, and vice versa.
Mm.
You know, and a lot of folks would say, "Oh, Donell's better than Ronell, and Ronell's better than Donell." No, man. I tell you, we're equal. It's I do certain things better than him. He may do certain things better than me, but at the end of the day, we're still pushing each other to get better, and that was all that mattered to us.
Yeah. And just as a side note, yeah, I went back when I was doing my research on some of these things I wanted to ask you guys about. I was looking back in an old media guide and back in an old article I found on UAB's website, and it was talking about how you guys just didn't want to play one-on-ones against each other anymore because you just you you didn't like you were like we don't know who's better. The game would never end. Is that right?
I would never end because we know each other moves and we'd always end up in a fight. So one games got shut down real early on in life because moms couldn't take us coming home with bloody nose, black eyes.
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of fighting. Grand, we were playing more so football than basketball. So we like you said, we learned at an early age that wasn't gonna happen now. So and even if we did, say as we played 5-on-5 or 3-on-3, we never guard each other. We always guarded somebody else. And if we did end up on each other, we were telling Nick, we might well stop now because I'm gonna let him score. Because I know his move, he know mine. So all we're gonna do is fight each other. So we made it our purpose to play against each other on opposite teams, but not guard each other.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But another reason was, like you say, we know each other move. But when you checking other people, everybody's different. So you also want to check yourself on defense and check other guys. So that's another main reason. Yes, we hated guarding each other, but we knew that hey, we can't just check each other. We got to check other guys, short guys, quicker guys, stronger guys. So
That's smart.
That also.
Yeah. That's super smart. Well, after UAB, you guys went on to have lengthy pro basketball careers. Donell, you played for the Washington Wizards for 2 seasons, and then you went on to play overseas in the overseas and in the NBA G League. Ronell, you got a shot in the NBA Developmental League and the Summer League, and you also played a lot of years overseas. I'm going to merge my next question with one I got from a listener and a legendary UAB fan and contributor to a lot of UAB history here, Steve Rutherford at Memphis Blazer on X, who asked, how did it feel after leaving UAB and for the first time not playing on the same team?
It was bittersweet, but we knew it was going to happen. Like we had our mindset that it was going to, but that goes back to us saying that we were going to play college ball together. We were going to finish together as one, and it actually, the way Coach Anderson played us, not playing, starting together, playing together, it got us ready to go overseas or the NBA to let us know that, okay, you can't depend on your brother always. You're going to have to try to figure this thing out and depend on someone else sometime. And it helped us out a whole lot.
Tremendously, because I left first to go overseas, and he was in the parking lot crying when I left.
Nah, man, you tripping.
Throw that out there. But nah, like you said, Coach Anderson he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing by splitting us up from time to time out there on the basketball court. Because, like you said, when we got to play professionally, we didn't have that crutch to lean on. We didn't have that trust process. We had to gain that trust process with other players and figure out how other guys play and figure how we play with other guys. So we had to, learn on the fly. So he kind of prepared us for it. It was, like I said, it was weird. It was tough, but it wasn't nothing that was new to us.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, back to Coach Anderson. He had a reputation of demanding intensity every day. It sounds like those practices were just straight up war. What was something that you learned from him that still applies to your life today?
Just defensive force. Defense is going to win your game. The offense will get you where you need to be, but close game defense is what's going to take you over the top because you got to dig in and have pride.
Mm.
You don't want to just be out there have someone just straight scoring on you. So you dig in, take pride in defense, and defense is going to make your game that much more easier because you get defense, you get easy layups.
Mm.
You'll see a shot or two go in. Now you got a whole rhythm going.
Mm.
Now you got your confidence going. That boosts confidence up for another teammate also. So it's just that grit and grind and that passion for defense that Coach Anderson had, and like you said, that intensity, because he was always in it. He would get so intense that his voice started scratching. And I take that now when I'm coaching.
Yep, and like you said, like Donell said, he used to call it organized chaos, and that's all life is. Life is organized chaos. You're gonna go through stuff, so you know how to mellow it out. Even though it's chaos, you know how to organize it out best as possible. I mean, you gotta live the choice you have, but it's like you said, it's organized chaos. That's all life is. Organized chaos is how you handle each situation, and I believe that's one of the things he taught us about life.
That's awesome. Well, people remember the Kentucky game the most, but when you look back, are there any other games that you look back and you remember pretty well? Any specific ones?
The Memphis game at UAB when the fans rushed the court, that was a magical moment. Also because, like I say, the Conference USA was the real Conference USA, as we like to say when we came. Louisville, Memphis, Houston, Cincinnati,
Marquette.
Carolina, Marquette,
Paul,
it,
St. Louis. It was firepower in that thing. Then for us to do what we did in Conference USA, like the folks don't know, we won Conference USA championships both years. Both years there, and we were underdog both times. But like I said, our will and our passion, and our drive from the players and the coaches, man, that played a major part. But my best moment for me, I'm pretty sure Ronell would agree, was our last time playing the game together. Because I know after that game, we didn't show it, but man, once we got back to our back to UAB in our room, man, look here, we just sat in there and looked like, man, look, we had a great run, my boy. Now we got to go do this thing professionally. We ain't gonna have each other, but we still gonna be able to lean on each other in any way we can. And I tell folks all the time, man, it was a blessing that he went overseas first because I knew what to expect when it was time for me to go over there because he was telling me what was all going on.
100%. I did. I definitely told him what was going to happen when he got over there, what to expect. Every situation, like I say, it's a chaos. It's organized chaos. But yeah, just having a insight of being over there a couple of years before he got over there, just walking through certain situations because I knew it was going to rise for him. And I had done already been through it. Hey, this how you handle that. This how you. So it was a blessing in disguise for him. As he
left this out.
Footsteps, as I like to say.
Yeah, somewhat, but I left this out too. Man, my phone bills were high as ever messing with him when I was in the NBA. And at that time, we didn't know about no international phone calls and all that. So I'm calling him directly. He's calling me direct. And so my phone bill, instead of being like $100 some dollars, damn, it was $700. But we made it happen. And folks still find it crazy that, man, even with him being overseas and me being stateside, man, we still talk every single day. Every single day. Even to this day. Like, we talk every day. Even if it's just a call and say, man, hey, you ugly, F you, and hang the phone. But we're going to talk. And we may do that 2-3 times a day, but hey, we're doing it. We're on the phone, no matter what.
Well, you talked about some great teams in Conference USA back then, and I'll kind of open up this next question. were there any specific teams that you just hated to play, or was there maybe one team that you played that maybe wasn't in Conference USA that you played and you were like, man, they just left a bad taste in my mouth? Or maybe it was a specific matchup you had one on one with somebody. What were some teams you just hated to play?
Memphis, of course. Memphis was the rivalry game, but at that time also it was Memphis and I think Louisville. Memphis, Louisville had Francisco Garcia, man. I got a better taste against that game at UAB because Francisco Garcia shot a 3-point. I contested, and the referee called a foul. And I know I didn't touch him at all. To this day, I didn't touch him. I went straight up and came down. And that game right there leaves a bitter taste in my mouth because it was a close game. And I think Louisville ended up winning by like 2 points, if I remember correctly. But it was a great game. And I think it was more personal to me because at that time, Ronell, once he broke his foot that game.
Yeah, but that was the game I broke my foot.
Dang.
So it was a bittersweet moment because I'm out there playing hard as I can and still worry about my brother at the same time. But that game right there. But Memphis definitely was the overall team, just because it was, like I said, it was a rivalry team, so close to each other, and it was a love-hate thing there.
Ronell, what about you?
It was the Louisville game. That's the game I broke my foot. Non-contact, just running down the court, running back on defense. I remember like it was yesterday. I scored. It was running back on defense and just broke, just popped. I feel it. I heard it. I could feel it. And like I said, that's just the worst game. That works for me. Worst game for me.
Well, I understand that you've both been involved with coaching since your playing careers ended. What has that been like?
It's been great. Giving back the knowledge that we picked up on in basketball, but it's also giving our life lessons. Just foreshadowing, giving that knowledge out to the youth. And I've coached from middle schoolers all the way up to high schoolers. So it's a great experience. High school basketball, I coach AAU as well. One of my old players just got drafted, Chris Sinak, played for me at Illinois Newman. So it's great. It's always good when you get those phone calls back from the kids saying, "Hey, you were right, coach. You were not joking. You're absolutely right." So it's a great feeling that kids call back and acknowledge that you were telling them the truth and they see it. You know what I'm saying? They understand it.
Yeah.
For me, man, the way these kids think they know it all, man, I said, man, we could have been that bad. We could have been that bad. I love we knew some stuff, but man, it's like, man, you would think they got a major in basketball. But like you said, man, it's fun, frustrating, passionate. It's an experience. Because you don't know what you get from year to year with players and how players act, emotions, and you got to navigate through all that. But man, it's a good thing because, like you said, once you see the growth in that player or that child coming from a boy to a young man, it brings joy to you because, like you said, man, they come back and play with the younger guys, man, and they'll thank you, coach, man. What you said was right, man. You weren't telling us nothing to try to down us, but you trying to push us in the right direction. And like you said, you get that love from those guys also, man. And it's happy when they come back, you see them doing good. Some playing overseas, you know what I'm saying? Some got regular job, living a life, but they're productive young men. And it's just a blessing. It's a blessing to give back and like you say, share that experience that we had and talk and laugh and joke with those guys. And sometimes I still get out there and play with the guys just to prove a point. I tell them all the time, man, look, I wasn't always this size. I was slim and lean, and I get up and throw that thing down. Now all I'm doing is laying it up and talking trash to you.
Well, guys, how is life going for both of you?
It's going, like you say. It's like I said before. It's organized chaos. I won't complain. It could be better, could be worse, but I'm where I'm supposed to be. Life is where it's supposed to be for me. But I'm good. My family's good. Wife, kids are good. So I'm good. I'm the richest man in the world. So thanks from me.
Right. It's the same money, man. Like you said, wife and kids are doing good, man. work at Buffalo Rock Pepsi and deliver sodas for those guys. But like I said, I also coach basketball on the side. This year I'm at Central Phoenix City High School in Phoenix City, Alabama, and really looking to try to make a run this year. Another good run in the playoff this year. So just like I said, we're just trying to stay around the game of basketball, give our knowledge back to those kids, and show them the passion that we have for it, and hopefully they'll pick up on it and have that passion, and somewhere down the line they'll start coaching also. But I always try to teach those guys that, man, basketball or any sport is a life lesson for life, because you got to be able to work with someone, you got to be able to take constructive criticism. You're gonna have to do things that you don't want to do, and you do it in sports. You're gonna do it in the real world. You can't be late for practice, because if you're late for work, you may get fired. You're gonna get fined. So so it's just little things like that, man. It goes a long way. And you're, like I said, just trying to push guys to be better person, better human beings, and hopefully later on in life be better fathers.
So, how can my listeners stay engaged with you? You guys on social media?
Oh man, Facebook, Instagram, Donell Taylor, you find by that. Now my Instagram is Loose Cannon DT. Facebook, just type in Donell Taylor, and you'll see this pretty handsome face, not the ugly one over there.
Nah, my Facebook is simple. It's Ronell Taylor as well. My Instagram is Rotate7, ROTAY7. So we still be out posting videos, and like you say, staying active, trying to be productive citizens.
That's right.
The world.
That's right.
Well, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here with, I got 5 rapid fire questions. All right. First thing that comes to mind, and I'll keep it lighthearted, just something fun to end the episode with. All right. You guys got me? All right, here we go. Number 1. Did you ever successfully switch places and fool someone? Did you ever consider it? Or did you know you would get caught if you didn't do it?
I did it, but not as much as I wanted to do it. He wasn't that type of guy.
Yeah, yes and no.
Okay. Who was more likely to get the blame growing up, even if neither of you did anything wrong?
I did. I was. Any other friends that with me?
That's Donell.
For some reason, Ronell was the saint. He could do no wrong. Donell got blamed for everything.
But Donell always did everything.
Oh man, this is awesome stuff here, and this is of course what you get with when you have twins on the episode.
No, he's not a saint, man. He did it, so I just got blamed for it. I don't understand
it. Yeah. Who was the better trash talker?
Donell.
For me, yeah. I sometimes I don't know how to shut up. I go a little overboard, but I do it out of fun, because me personally, I feel like trash talking, you can get in somebody's head, but to me, if you trash talk me, I actually like it, because now I got to really go show you a point that you shouldn't be out here on this court with.
Okay. So, we kind of talked about it a little bit here, but who was Coach Mike Anderson tougher on, or did he treat you the same?
Nah, he treated us the same. He didn't know our names. We were always twin 1 and twin 2. For some reason, only time he knew our names when we did something bad. Then it was Ronell or Donell. Other than twin 1, twin 2, and as soon as you do something bad, it's Ronell or Donell. So it's even kill on that one. He's hard on everybody.
That's right.
It's like the parent thing. You don't want to ever hear your full name, right?
Yeah.
Golly.
At all.
Last question I got for you guys. Who was the toughest player to guard in practice?
Mo.
Oh, yeah.
Mo Finley.
Oh.
Right.
But it was just because that he wouldn't sit still. He was always moving. Then, like I said, he'll pass ball, come up off it then, but he also had nice enough hands where he can get his shot off. So you always had to have your stands ready, your hands ready, get down in defense position with Mo. Mo was constant move. Mo, people say Steph Curry runs without the ball and move. That was Mo Finley.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I really appreciate this. It was a blast getting to know you guys personally. Thank you so much for all you did for UAB. Thank you for the fantastic memory. That blind pass, I think, should live on. And, in some kind of shrine somewhere. I don't know, but thank you guys for all you did for UAB. Thank you for all your contributions not only to the university but also to giving back to these kids and coaching and as you mentioned, being productive members of society and living in this organized chaos as you guys mentioned. But
That's
thank
right.
you so
That's
much
right.
for being on.
Thank you for having us.
Well, go Blazers.
Yes, sir. Blaze up.
Okay. Special thanks to both Donell and Ronell for taking the time to share their stories. They were part of some truly special moments at UAB, and their legacy will live on forever through stories like these and the memories of all the Blazer faithful. Thank you for listening and joining me for another episode. I've got a few more guests that I'm trying to get on to wrap up my summer podcast series before I go back into a regular schedule for the fall. Before I go, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and X for new episode announcements and more. Just search the handle at Dragons Den EFEL on those platforms and hit follow. That's all for episode 58. Thanks again for listening. Good night, and go Blazers.